Hello, children. Hello, comic book boys and girls. Thank you for joining me on this live video on this beautiful Wednesday morning. You cannot come and visit the shop, but we are going to do our best to bring the shop to you. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at some of the, all of the Marvel back issue sets that we have ready to go right now. A couple of singles and also some variants that have been sitting on the shelf for a while. I'm going to bring down the price to see if I can maybe get some of those to go home with you. Any lightning deals that come to mind as I'm sharing these things will only be good for these live videos. So if you don't want to pull the trigger on anything right now, keep that in mind for later. I'm impulsive when I'm in front of the camera.
Wow.
In a live scenario.
So are you saying that some of these deals might not even be pre-planned?
That's right.
Coming from the mind of Ryan Skinner.
And you don't know what I'm going to do. I might just say, this is discounted. 2 ponies. So you give me 2 ponies and it goes home with you. Maybe you have no money and 2 ponies, and that's a good deal.
Get us a goat, Ryan. Get us a goat.
You will, the goat. The goat, greatest of all time. The greatest goat of all time. The G goat. That was all terrible. Okay, so here we go. Let's talk about some big fat sets. Big fat sets. Let's start with... All right. Guardians of the Galaxy people out there. This is almost a complete set of Brian Michael Bendis's Guardians of the Galaxy run. This was from the Marvel Now initiative, one of the last couple of Marvel reboots, but this one was the most rebooty of the Guardians books. It definitely designed the team around looking like the characters in the films.
Can you hold it close? There we go. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So, is that an Iron Man there, though?
And then this is also Iron Man spent some time finding himself out in space, so he was hanging out with the Guardians for a hot minute. Bendis was doing this book at the same time he was doing the XMen titles, so Uncanny X-Men and All New X-Men, which is also sort of an attempt to kind of reboot that book as well. And so this is 1 through 7 and then 9 through 27. I think possibly because the person who traded these into us is in the military and he might have been out of the country for those couple of issues. But this is most of it, and so that's 7 plus 9 plus 2, 27, 9 is 18 plus 7, so there's 25 issues plus the preludes and extras for $29.99. $29.99, an awful lot of reading to do. A good introduction to Guardians of the Galaxy. A good place also to start a Guardians of the Galaxy comic book collection if that's something that you've been thinking about doing. We just recently priced this, so we're going to leave that at $30. Okay.
So if there's any issues of that missing, are those available online, you think? Or?
Oh yeah, you could get the back issues for those pretty easily. And when stores are open again, that's a fun thing that you could pretty easily find in back issue bins.
Nice.
Which is part of the fun of collecting. Okay, next one is a more complete set, and pretty cool. So, this is an Ultimates set, but it's not the Ultimates. This is actually the Ultimate Ultimates.
What?
In the sense that this was the last Ultimates series. So, if you're not familiar with the Ultimate Universe, Marvel at some point decided that they wanted to start reintroducing characters, retelling the origins, but like in a modern way. The most famous version of that is Ultimate Spider-Man, which Brian Michael Bendis and Mark Bagley did together for a long time, and I still consider it the best Spider-Man thing that I've read. And over in another corner, Mark Miller and Brian Hitch were doing Ultimates, which is basically just Avengers. And those were both very popular for a long time, but then at some point Ultimate sales went down enough that Marvel kind of wanted to put them out to pasture, and this was leading up to John Hickman's Secret Wars run, where he sort of consolidated the Marvel universe, so to speak, and he brought characters like Miles Morales into the regular Marvel universe. Anyway, this is, if you ever read John Hickman's Secret Wars, it's sort of a culmination of his Fantastic Four run and his Avengers run, but also his Ultimates run. Some of John Hickman's earlier Marvel work was with the Ultimate Universe. He's working with Asad Rubik, one of the best creators in the business. Very dark, kills off a lot of characters.
Oh no.
Also, if you're reading the Venom book, current Venom book by Donny Cates and Ryan Stegman, there's a constantly recurring character called the Maker, who is Reed Richards from this universe, and he's bad. And he's sort of the villain, so to speak, in this run as well.
Does he have like a weird mask on?
Yes, he has like a weird head growth thing. So he's actually like a cone head, but like gross.
Ooh.
And he wears a thing, like a mask helmet thing over it. And so this has 30 issues, 1 through 30, of John Hickman's Ultimate run. And also has Ultimate Cataclysm, which I think has to do with planet-eating Galactus. And it also has Ultimate Hawkeye, which is another miniseries that John Hickman did, if you're a fan of the Hickman stuff. So this is actually a really good deal. This is all this stuff for $19.99. If you're a John Hickman fan and you haven't read this stuff, it's pretty cool. Again, good place to start a collection as well if you want to like collect all the John Hickman Marvel stuff. Or actually a good introduction to the Ultimate Universe as well. If you like this stuff, there's other stuff you can go back and you can read. So that's it for the Ultimate set. It also includes
Very cool.
Ultimate Hawkeye in the back.
Can I see the other side again? Can you tell us one person who might be in danger of not surviving that storyline? One spoiler. Give us just one little one.
Somebody on the cover? Oh, somebody on this cover. How about that?
Uh-oh. But that's the big three.
I'll say one of those.
You can't tell me one of those.
I'm not going to. I'm just going to say it's one of those.
Well,
people.
I'm just saying, say it ain't so. It's so sad.
Yeah.
Wow, they've got no chill in the Ultimate Universe.
The Ultimate Universe is a dark place.
Yeah.
Okay.
And is that where they originally introduced Nick Fury looking like Sam Jackson in that
Ultimates?
universe?
Yes. The original Ultimate series. There's a joke where all the characters are talking to each other and say, "Oh, if they made a movie out of us, this person would play me, this person would play me," and then the Nick Fury character is like, "Well, obviously Sam Jackson would play me." So you can thank Mark Miller and Brian Hitch, or just Brian Hitch, or the Ultimates series for making Samuel Jackson the Nick Fury of the Marvel Universe. That's definitely due to that comic book.
Oh, we got someone who's talking to us. D. Albert Garcia says, "I'll take it."
Which one?
Which one? Do you want the Ultimates or the first thing we did, which is Infinity? I think he means Ultimates.
Ultimates.
But
okay.
I just messaged him, so
you can
so
correct us if we're wrong. I'm going to take it out of the box.
Out of the box, because someone claimed it.
That's it. That's the power of live.
We believe it's D. Albert Garcia who wants that one.
Okay.
That's a good price, though, actually, for that many books.
It is a good price. Let's stick with the more Ultimate stuff. This Ultimate package is having a really bad hair day. How many people can relate to this?
Well, during
to their barber.
during the Corona apocalypse, I think we were all having a bad hair day.
This is another cool set. Let's see what's in here. You know who this is. Who's this, Derek?
That's Miles Morales.
That's Miles Morales.
That's the guy from the movie.
That's the guy from the movie, from Spider-Verse. Again, my hot take. Best Spider-Man movie? Yes. Best superhero movie? Also maybe yes.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, this has Ultimate Spider-Man 1 through 28. So this was...
like OG number one? Like
yes.
one?
Now, don't get too excited. This is not Miles' first appearance. Miles' first appearance is Ultimate Fallout number 4. Oh, is Ultimate Fallout number 4 in here? No. Because that goes for a lot of money. But this is the first 28 issues of his first ongoing series at Ultimate. So
that's pretty cool.
The Ultimate Peter Parker... I will just say, at some point was no longer the star of Ultimate Spider-Man. Miles Morales became the star of Ultimate Spider-Man.
You don't want to say why he's no longer the star?
Nah, he'll get that on his own. So this has, again, the first 28 issues of the Miles Ultimate run. This is pretty much the introduction to the character. And before he gets transferred over to the main Marvel universe. So this is still his adventures in the Ultimate Universe. There is some cool stuff in here. I mentioned Venom again earlier. Donny Cates likes to play with the Venom stuff. Miles goes up against Venom again in this, And the Venom in this universe is different than the Venom in the regular Marvel universe, but he also might bring that symbiote over to the regular universe. I don't know. Only Donny Cates knows. This also has Ultimate Cataclysm Spider-Man 1 through 3. So that Cataclysm series I had mentioned in the John Hickman book, or the John Hickman set. This also has the Miles Morales tie-in issues.
We got somebody named Oliver Osuna saying, "Ryan, speak up."
Okay, sorry, Oliver. I'm speaking up and I'm enunciating. Hopefully, this is better. I miss you, buddy. And
thank you, audience, for tolerating our live issues.
Okay, so that's it for Ultimate Spider-Man.
Now, let me ask you, Ryan, if you could hold that up again one more time. So I'm a big fan of that movie too. Is there anything?
$59.99. By the way,
that's a good price for how many issues?
Popular. This is 28 issues plus. I don't know what issue 200 means. Because it's probably this would be in legacy numbering going all the way back to the original Peter Parker Ultimate numbers. That also has the 200th issue of the Ultimate Spider-Man series. Does that make sense? Not really. They renumbered 1 through 28 because it was Miles, but if you add those 28 issues to the issues that were there before it, it also includes issue 200 of the original Ultimate run, and also has the Cataclysm tie-in issues for $59.99. These are a bit more collectible just because Miles is such an incredibly popular character and is seemingly getting more and more popular. I'm assuming eventually with another animated movie on the way, and we'll most likely get a live-action appearance at some point or another.
Now, let me ask you, because I'm a fan of that movie as well. Hi, Jamie. Hi, Alexis. Hi, everybody watching. Hi, Oliver again. Is there any characters or any story elements from that movie that appears in this set that you know of? Like any special villains he fights or...
Well, that movie kind of did its own thing.
Okay.
The Dr. Octopus in the Ultimate Universe is not really much different than the Dr. Octopus in the regular Marvel Universe.
I thought it was a lady.
That's what I'm saying. Well, so in the movie...
That's kind of different.
In the movie that was... No, what I'm saying, in the movie that was very unique.
Got it.
So in the comic books, that wasn't the case. That was something that the movie did. I guess Kingpin. I don't know how much Kingpin appears in the Miles stuff, but Kingpin... People forget that Kingpin is a Spider-Man bad guy. Everybody associates him with who?
Daredevil.
Daredevil, yeah. And for good reason. But he was originally a Spider-Man villain. So a lot of the Ultimate Spider-Man stuff does have a lot of Kingpin. So if you enjoy Kingpin and the Spider-Verse stuff, he's in there as well. Who else is in that movie?
Everybody.
Oh, the Prowler.
That's what I was getting to.
Sorry, thank you, Derek. I wasn't picking up what you were laying down.
Perfect.
Prowler, yes. So the if you were into the storyline of Miles's predicament when it comes to his uncle, who happens to also be the Prowler, yes, that comes from this comic book run. It's a not a reversal. It's a twist on the Peter Parker and Uncle Ben, because Peter Parker's Uncle Ben is his moral center, right? With great power comes great responsibility. This is what if your uncle was a villain, but also a person that's important to you. So, yes.
What a twist.
To answer your question?
Thank you. Yes, indeed.
Oliver, I hope I'm speaking louder and enunciating better for you. I see that you have procured more issues from your Uncanny X-Men and New Mutants run, so congratulations. Looks like you only have a couple more. I don't know where you're going to get a New Mutants 98 for a good price, but you seem to have your ways.
We have an Eduardo Morua who says, "What up?"
Hey, Mr. Maria, how you doing? Okay, let's do... I mentioned X-Men, so let's do X-Men. This is a big, fat boy. Oy, oy, oy. Look at that.
Wow.
Wowie, 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 wow.
That's on the coronavirus diet right there. All the snacks.
This is a fan favorite, Wolverine and the X-Men run. So, let me see if I can get... I haven't even read this stuff, but I work here, so I know about these things. Okay, once upon a time, Scott Summers and Logan had a fight. I know they had lots of fights, but they had one really, really, really big fight that caused them to have a schism. And there was an actual comic series called Schism. And after that, for a while, Wolverine was the headmaster of the Xavier Institute. And a lot of people really love this stuff. So this is the first 35 issues. I also have it on good authority that if you remember Max Beckman, who used to work here, I think that this is his favorite X-Men run.
Wow,
So
that's saying a lot
if
because
that
he
means
loves
anything,
X-Men.
because he is the X-Men master. So this has issues 1 through 35, 38 through 42. So again, a couple to track down there to have a complete set. But then it got renumbered again because Marvel likes to renumber everything. So even though it was continuing its story, so think of it as like this: it's 1 through 35, 38 through 42, but really 38 through 54.
I'm not confused. Are you?
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's comic books. I don't know what you want me to tell you. Almost complete set. So it's only missing issues 36 and 37. Classic Jason Aaron run. This is the guy who did Thor for years and just ended his run recently. Did Scalped. He wrote an actual Wolverine series before this for a very long time. He is a Marvel exclusive guy. He's been doing Marvel forever. And this is one of his favorite, a lot of fan favorite run from him.
What a deal. I don't know if I'd want Wolverine to be my headmaster or get detention from Wolverine.
You know what? You'd be he touched into a whole other side of himself.
Wow.
that none of us even knew existed. And there is a cute little. Do you know the Brood?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're like ugly, kind of xenomorph looking bug monster things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So there's a character in this, and his name is, I think, Baru. There he is. And he's really cute. And I don't know what his
Your
origin
finger's
is.
Oh,
You see
there
the
we
little
go.
red
Yeah,
eyes?
I see him.
And that's Kitty Pryde, I think.
Perfect.
And I think that's Kid Omega from Grant Morrison's new X-Men run. He seems to be the fan favorite, and everybody was like, oh no, what happened to Brew? But he's reappeared in both Jason Aaron's Avengers run, but also in John Hickman's current X-Men run.
Cool.
Because he just recently introduced the Brood. So if you're enjoying the X-Men run, there's that. Okay, $49.99 for the Wolverine and the X-Men set. I'm going to put that back over here. Got a couple more sets to look at, and then I'm going to shoot through some single issues a little bit more quickly.
We got my friend Alexis asking to see some Batman and Robin and Poison Ivy stuff, and I'm reminding her the next video is the DC video.
We're only doing Marvel right
Just
now,
Marvel.
but keep your eyes peeled. Stay tuned for a live video on DC sets and back issues. I definitely have some cool DC back issue sets and individual back issues, but I don't know. I have to consolidate them. They're all over the store. So for now, for Marvel.
Same thing. Aaron asked the same thing. You guys rock. Why, thank you, Aaron.
Thank you.
Will there be a separate video for DC indie sets? Yes.
Yes.
It's coming.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Okay. All right. Since we were talking about Jason Aaron and his Thor run, let's see. What comes first?
What makes his Thor run so special? Because everybody loves it.
Okay. Well, why? What makes his Thor special? I don't know, because I haven't read the whole thing. I read the beginning, which is excellent. It's the first storyline. He introduces a bad guy called the God Butcher, and there's a lot of speculation that maybe he's in the new Thor film, and that Christian Bale might be playing him. But there's lots of other people. People are speculating on.
Does he talk like this?
I don't know what he talks like. But anyway, it was really good. It was another thing drawn by Asad Rabiq. Why is Jason Aaron run? Well, part of the reason why is that he did something that's so SJW.
Oh my goodness.
He made Thor, and not Lady Thor. She's just Thor,
not Thor girl. She's the real Thor.
And some people really didn't like it, but most people really loved this.
And they're doing that in the new movie, right?
Yes. So if you're looking at the new movie, Natalie Portman is who is Jane Foster in the movies, and hasn't had a lot to do, other than like Thor and being a scientist and stuff. But she's actually going to wield the hammer. So
In Love and Thunder, right?
In Love and Thunder.
Oliver Osuna says the God Butcher story was amazing. Aaron's entire run was entertaining.
There you go. Are you saying then that the God Butcher is the high point of that run? Like I already read the best part of it. I wonder if that's what you meant. Anyway, I will say this. Even though I haven't read any of these comic books, I love her look. She's got a really cool helmet that reminds me of Hawk Girls. helmet. I grew up with the Justice League animated series. And what's her name? Derek, help me out. The actual character. She's Shayera Hall?
Yeah.
Okay. Really loved her character, and I especially loved her helmet. So this is kind of like that a little bit, and I hope that the costume they do in the movie is going to be something like that. Anyway, so this is not her featuring Lady Thor for me. Not her first appearance, I don't think, but this is her first debut issue, first 8 issues and the annual. And okay, right there, number 8, Jane. That's right. Now I remember. They didn't actually say who it was.
Yeah, it was a secret at first.
Yeah, that was cool.
Because Jane Foster is not blonde,
That's
right?
right. Yeah, and so
people thought it was Valkyrie or a brand new character.
That's right. I remember that now. That was cool. So yes, this does actually have the reveal in it that this is Jane Foster. So that's why this is a little bit more money. This is $39.99. It's a great thing to pick up before this movie comes out, if you're a speculator or just if you're a fan of the character. And yeah.
So I don't want to get away too much from the comic books, but they do tie in. So kind of the big deal. I was at that Comic-Con panel event, and kind of the big deal was the reveal that Natalie Portman's coming back because she wasn't
interested
in game. They reused footage of her, so this was kind of a big surprise.
Yeah.
That she came out and she Taika
Waititi
handed her the hammer.
What
right?
if he hit things with a hammer? She's like, okay, I'll come back for that. And then probably she wants to work with Taika Waititi.
Yeah. So that's cool.
So so this was the initial one, and then she became the star. They rebranded again as Mighty Thor. And so this is issues 1 through 10, then 12 through 23. The only thing it's missing is issue 11. It's an almost complete run of Jason Aaron's Jane Foster Lady Thor set, branded under the Mighty Thor. So this is like where Jason Dowderman came into the book. Really cool artist. He's the one that drew War of the Realms, the big event thing. And I don't want to show you the back part because it's actually kind of a spoiler.
Show it. Uh-oh.
All right. So $99.99 because the girl is hot. She's got big guns. She's got a big hammer. And we got a movie coming on the way. So $99.99. So for $99, for $140 actually, you can. I think that's pretty much all the Jane Foster comic books, other than like some other weird miscellaneous appearances. But Jason Aaron wrote Thor for a long time, so there are a lot of issues. Okay, two more sets. Look at this old classic, Marvel Zombies.
Ooh,
so hot.
Which is kind of appropriate during the apocalypse.
That's
time.
Right. So
real quick, can I give us a compliment? Eduardo said, "Be it under these special and sad circumstances, the store is doing a great job of exposure and putting themselves out there for the consumer."
Thank you, Eduardo.
You are good at exposing yourself. Right?
I expose myself every chance I can get.
Perfect.
And exposing comics.
Boom.
He's clothed.
Thank you.
Okay.
So this is the OG. They had lots of.
Yeah, this is the original. You'll see here, Kirkman's name is on this. This was his big book at Marvel before he went away and did some other thing called Walking Dead that nobody cares about. So what is in this set? This has, we're calling this the Marvel Zombies Super Set. It has series 1, 2, 3, and 4 every issue. So the original series, but also the 3 follow-up series, plus a Dead Days one-shot. Oh, and a Army of Darkness versus Marvel Zombies miniseries.
That's cool.
If you're a fan of Bruce Campbell,
Sam Raimi's
crazy character of Evil Dead movies. So we're doing all of these together for $79.99.
What a deal!
$79.99. That's actually, we did bring that price down a little bit. We've had this for a while, but it's gonna go home with somebody eventually. Oh, here's the really cool homage cover to Days of Future Past. And who would have ever thought in a million years that S-Mart Ash would show up in the Marvel universe?
Hail to the king, baby. That's cool.
All right. Okay, last one I saved. Infinity Gauntlet. But there's a little bit more in there. So this is Infinity Gauntlet 1 through 6, the original 6-issue miniseries, and the follow-ups, Infinity War and Infinity Crusade. So this is essentially the Infinity Trilogy from Jim Starlin.
Nice.
Obviously, the Gauntlet is the centerpiece of the Marvel Cinematic Universe for years, and this is where all that stuff comes from.
And if you like the movies, you can read these books and get a lot of extra cool stuff, right? Like stuff with Adam Warlock and stuff with Silver Surfer.
You learned who Adam Warlock is.
Death.
Yeah. Well, got short thrifted in the films. They turned Thanos into like a economist.
An eco-terrorist.
Yeah.
He was an economist.
He was, like...
he was a Wall Street speculator.
He wanted to take care of overpopulation.
Yes.
But actually, in the comic books, the real reason is that he's got a huge crush on a female representation of death who he wants to please.
So he did it for love.
Yeah, it's a lot more goth. It's pretty cool. And yeah, he did it for love. Yeah, but not love for life. Love for death. Anyway, so there's the Infinity set. All right, now I got some single issues to talk about. So
variants?
Some are variants and some are just kind of key issues. We have some more Thanos stuff. Thanos, I got up there listening. This is actually a set. I think it was a four-issue miniseries. I don't know what this one's about. I love Michael's little subtitle though. Thanos doesn't care about you.
No, he doesn't.
Not the one in the comic books. The movies at least plays at caring about you and people, but the one in the comic books absolutely does not.
No.
So he's a god up there listening. Is he listening? No, he's not. For $9.99. All right. And we got Thanos Final Threat is another Jim Starlin Thanos story that I have no idea what it's about.
It's the final threat, though.
It's the final threat. It looks like we got some Avengers action in here. We're doing that one for $9.99. We also have Thanos Quest one shot for $9.99. Also a Jim Starlin with Ron Lim returning. Ron Lim did a lot of the Thanos and the Silver Surfer stuff in the 90s.
Nice.
Big Thick Thanos is a Ron Lim thing. Thick, THICC Thanos. Thanos Rising #1, also by Jason Aaron and Simone Bianchi, telling his origin story, retelling his origin. So we got the first issue of that for $4.99. All right. Okay. It's kind of a random mix mash. We got some back issues, also some variants, and I'm going to start throwing out some discounts here because some of the stuff has been sitting on the shelf for a very long time. So, first up, we have a 1 in 25 variant for Excalibur #1, and this doesn't look like Psylocke because it's not technically. This is Betsy Braddock in her Excalibur book, and she actually becomes Captain Britain in this series. So this is what's his first name? Chris Anka, really cool artist. He was doing Runaways for a long time recently, and he did this 1 in 25 variant. We've had this for $9.99, and it's not worth $9.99 anymore. It's worth $4.99.
$4.99.
So $4.99 for the Chris Anka 1 in 25 Excalibur #1 variant. Pretty cool.
All those new XMen books have been very popular, right?
Yes. XMen is wildly... It got popular just in time for comic book shops to close down across the country. Okay, we got Incoming. Yeah, this was kind of an overhyped book. This was a $20 variant when we first came out. This is artwork by Jim Chung. Looks like Jim Chung. I'm just going to say Jim Chung.
Looks cool.
I'm pretty sure it's Jim Chung. Forget the Uncoming or how important Incoming was. Just focus on how cool the variant is. It's got a lot of your favorite characters drawn by a very cool artist. We are selling this for $19.99. I'm going to say also $4.99. $4.99 on this one.
What a deal.
What a deal. Jim Chung at $4.99 is always a steal. Okay, these are actually new, and this is what we have left. Spider-Woman recently got relaunched and had some very cool incentive variants attached to it. So this one is by Kari Andrews. Very cool artist. with the redesigned costume. And this is a 1 in 25 for $9.99. And another very cool one by Bruce Timm.
Batman the Animated Series fame.
Of Batman Animated Series fame and Justice League Unlimited and Harley Quinn, Mad Love, and lots of other stuff.
Very cool.
This is also a 1 in 25 for that Spider-Woman with the classic costume. We're also selling this for $9.99.
Off topic, but we missed a comment from Eduardo where he was praising Thanos Quest because that's where he got the gems.
Okay.
And Jamie Wilson says specifically to you, Ryan, Levi says hi.
Hi, Levi. I hope you're keeping up on your movies. Okay. Absolute Carnage was an absolute beast last year. There were tons of variants, tons of people. This is the one that was left, and it's just because the price tag was just too high. So this is from this very hot variant artist, In-hyuk Lee. That's the best I'm going to be able to do with that. This is a 1 in 50, and this was for the Absolute Carnage Immortal Hulk one-shot. Which was kind of cool. I don't know who gets credit for the idea, but when a symbiote would take over Hulk is so big that the symbiote can't get all the way around him, so it kind of just moves around the body to where it needs to go. So in this one, we have a Carnage versus Harpy, who's actually one of the characters from the Immortal Hulk series. My favorite Marvel comic book. And it's really cool. Lightning strikes. We were initially selling this for $19.99. It's been sitting here forever. This can go home for, I'm gonna say $7.99.
Wow, what a deal.
$7.99.
$7.99, ladies and gentlemen. Now, why was Absolute Carnage such a hit? Just because it was cool to see Carnage run amok on other characters? Or?
For the most part, do you know what the most popular comic book era was for a lot of people was the 90s. And if there's a character that embodies the 90s, Carnage is definitely one of them. And so in addition to bringing Venom back in a big way and the popularity of the film, people were just ready for Carnage. Donny Cates is sort of the hot golden child at Marvel. And he's infusing a lot of energy into the publisher, and Absolute Carnage was a good example of that. It was I read it, I thought it was great. It's don't look for any like deep meaning in that book, but if you just want to see a lot of action, a lot of symbiote monsters fighting each other, Absolute Carnage is a lot of fun, and we do have the trade paperback here.
Cool.
Okay, this I cannot believe we still have. I just think it's so cool. Adam Hughes variant for Captain Marvel #1. This was a 1 in 25. Adam Hughes is always a very popular variant artist, and we've been trying to sell this for $9.99, and I'm not backing down. This is a $10 book. It's a $10 book. This is such a hot book. Look at Adam Hughes' artwork, iconic. I'm keeping it for $10. If you guys don't want it to, that's fine. I'm going to keep it in the store for $10. Okay.
He's sticking to his guns.
Sticking my guns on that one. This one, no, I'm not going to stick to my guns. Okay. Black Widow's movie got ruined.
Ruined?
Well, not ruined.
Postponed?
Postponed. All this Black Widow material coming out from the comic book universe, including a mini-series from last year called Web of Black Widow.
The Web of Black Widow.
I'm not familiar with this artist. Something Mock, M-O-K. But has definitely a cool style.
Kind of looks anime. Can you push it forward a little bit? Yeah, there we go.
This is a 1 in 25, so I only made one of these for every 25 of the regular cover.
Wow.
And it's for issue 4, so it's a little bit more rare. Stores were not really ordering that much of this by that point. And this was originally moving for $9.99 when it was coming out, but this is another one I'll let go for $4.99. So $4.99 for the 1 in 25 Black Widow #4 variant. Very cool. All right. No idea. This was for Guardians of the Galaxy #1, the most recent reboot. I don't recall what the incentive number was on this or who the artist is, but it's Moondragon.
Looks cool.
Yeah, we'll say $4.99 on this one as well.
Okay.
If you're into Moondragon. Okay, and we have a couple left of the 1 in 25 brown variant here for Thor #3, the most recent Donny Cates run. We're selling these for $9.99 when they first came out. We can do $4.99 on these. So these are 1 in 25s. We only got one of these for every 25 of the regular one that we ordered, and I'll be happy to let these go for $5 a pop. It's got him in his new costume, and he's become a Herald of Galactus, if you haven't been keeping up with that. So this is his Herald of Galactus apparel. All right. Any Ghost Rider fans?
Oh, yeah.
I love Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider has a new ongoing series that will be back soon, hopefully. This was a one-shot leading into the story they're doing called Mother of Demons. It's a reintroduction of the character Lilith. And series artist Aaron Cooter did a redesign of her costume. This is the redesigned variant. This is a 1 in 10, and we were asking for this $5.99 the week it came out. It's been sitting here forever. $3. $3 and it's yours.
What a deal.
What a deal. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't have any information here, but I'm okay with artists. I think that's Mark Texiera, who that name would mean something to you because he was the main series artist of the 90s revival of Ghost Rider. So if you're a Danny Ketch guy, if you like the kind of more Japanese style motorbike with all the spikies on his boots and jacket and whatnot, I believe that's this artist. This was, I think, also a 1 in 10 for issue number 5 of the Ghost Rider series, featuring one of the Ghost Riders. I don't know what's going right now.
How many Ghost Riders are there?
Well, the first Johnny Blaze is currently the King of Hell.
Ah.
And Danny Ketch is still around, and then there's Robbie Reyes is the most recent one, and he drives a car. He doesn't drive a motorcycle. He's got a muscle car.
And who's the Ghost Rider in the future?
Ghost Rider 2099? I don't know. Jason Aaron sort of flipped. He wants Jason Aaron. Jason Aaron's a lot today. Jason Aaron, once he got a hold of the Ghost Rider mythology, he blew it up in a good way, I guess. But he said the Ghost Riders go all the way back to like the beginning of time. Oh, Cosmic Ghost Rider. Is that what you were fishing for? Cosmic Ghost Rider, yes. Cosmic Ghost Rider is a lot of fun. That's actually Frank Castle. It's the Punisher. Eventually also becomes a Ghost Rider in the future after he's gone crazy. I don't know who this is. It must be something in the comic book that I haven't read. Oh, anyway. So $5.99 on this one. We'll say $2.99 on this one as well. So $2.99 for both the Ghost Rider ones. Okay, almost done. Almost done. All right. This is not the first appearance of Kamala Khan, but it is the first issue of her solo series.
It's the first print, too.
And it's a first print. I actually do have Kamala Khan's first appearance here in the store,
nice.
And we had it graded as we got a 9.6. And I haven't come up with a price for it yet. I'm kind of waiting for that Miss Marvel TV show to start on Disney Plus. Just before but we have this one here for $29.99. I will let this one go for a live price of $19.99.
$10 off. Good deal.
For Kamala Khan's first issue by G. Willow Wilson. Okay.
And she's stretchy, right?
Yeah, but not Mr. Fantastic stretchy. It has to do with like mass distribution or something. She can make her fist really big. I don't know. I don't really know. I haven't read it. Okay. I got the first issue of the fan favorite Matt Fraction David Aja Hawkeye run, which used to go for a ton of money, but has definitely calmed down. You can take this home with you for $5.
Nice.
$5.
And they were kind of using parts of that for the Disney Plus show.
Supposedly, whenever that comes out also.
If our boy Jeremy Renner gets his life together, I guess.
Is that what's going on?
Thinking of him. I don't know. He had some personal issues, so we'll see.
This is the last of my Wolverine, Jim Lee era, John Byrne era Wolverine from like 1989, 1990. And I've sold a bunch of these already, but this is what I have left. So I bundled together the storylines. This is Wolverine 11 through 16. And it's entitled The Gehenna Stone Affair. And this is drawn by David Buscema and Bill Sienkiewicz. And $9.99. It's been there for a long time. Let's see, the 16 issues. We'll say $5.99.
Yep.
$5.99. Okay. Okay. I already sold the really cool John Byrne Wolverine cover. It's iconic, yellow in the background. But this is the rest of the stuff that he did. 18 through 23, all John Byrne covers, and we'll say $5.99 on this one as well.
What a deal.
Look at that one. I like that. That's a really cool cover.
That's really cool. You tilt it forward a little bit. Yeah. Love it.
All right. And finally, just because it has a really cool Sienkiewicz cover, I pulled that one out, and I said $4.99, $2.99.
Wow.
$2.99.
What a steal.
What a steal. Okay, that's it, boys and girls. That's all I have for Marvel. I have a lot of work to do, and when I'm done doing that work, I will come back at you with a live video for some DC stuff. I heard you asking. Batman, Green Lantern, other stuff.
Harley Quinn, maybe?
Harley Quinn, maybe.
Poison Ivy?
Maybe some Poison Ivy. We'll see. We'll have to see what we have. Actually, I do have some Poison... I do have a Poison Ivy thing for you, and a Harley thing, both together, and a Catwoman thing. So...
Any message to the customers real quick?
Thank you guys all for your support, and we're doing our best to keep you all informed and keep us a tight little family still, and I appreciate you staying involved. And yeah, and if you have anything you want to post on that group, I would say go ahead and do it. Like, I have a buddy who got that giant Star Wars Blu-ray box set thing, and he asked if I wanted to do an unboxing, and I said no, not really, but if you want to do an unboxing and go ahead and post it in the group, go for it. I think people will get a kick out of it. So if you have anything like that, recent buys or cool stuff you want to talk about, it's just trying to keep the community together. Go ahead and post it in that group.
Chad Gillette says, nice job, Ryan.
Hey Chad, thanks man. Thanks.
And if you guys have any specific books you want us to review, let us know as well.
Yeah, we're going to be doing some other stuff. I'm going to be looking at the different genres and graphic novels. Oh, by the way, if you're into the used graphic novels, I think I'm going to start calling them the Dragon Horde Drops.
Dragon Horde? Why are you calling it that?
Because we have an inexhaustible supply of used graphic novels. We will never run out.
Do you and Mike have to go fight a dragon when you get these books out?
We have a storage unit that has a dragon that
it's Annie's dragon, isn't it?
It's Annie's dragon. That's racist.
She likes the movie How You Trained Your Mother's Dragon.
Annie loves How to Train Your Dragon. She's a big Toothless fan. Yes, so we're going to do those drops on Thursdays and Sundays. So if you want to start putting that in your calendar, Thursdays and Sundays. Okay, that's it. Unless you have another question for me or anybody else wants to say anything. Okay, I need to rest my voice. I will see you guys in a few. Bye.